Hi, I'm Josh Ryer. I'm the Director of Utility Programs and Initiatives here at the Connecticut Public Utilities Regulatory Authority. I want to speak with you today about new residential renewable energy programs and tariffs that were authorized in a recent decision that will go into effect in 2022. I do have to give a quick disclaimer before we record the rest of this video that none of this should be taken as any legal advice. Really, we're just here for informational purposes to give you a little bit of understanding into what went into the decision, what was authorized in the decision, and what you can expect in the coming months and years. So as I mentioned, the recent decision that was issued on Wednesday, February 10th, 2021, authorized a new set of programs that will replace the current net metering plus residential solar investment program paradigm that we currently have in the state, and will take effect starting January 1, 2022. The new program will authorize two different types of tariffs, and tariffs are really just the way a system or renewable energy system, or is often the case, a rooftop solar system will be compensated for its production. So the first option is what's called a buy-all, where you would get a certain compensation rate for the production, for all of the production, or in other words, the utility is buying all of the production from your system. The other tariff option that customers will have is what's called a netting tariff, which will operate very similarly to current net metering, where your usage and your production, your solar production, will be netted against each other, and you will be provided compensation that way. So another important thing to realize about the decision that came out last Wednesday is the key objectives that the authority was trying to plan around for this new program that will start, as I mentioned earlier, in 2022 and will continue on for 6 years starting in 2022. So the 5 objectives that PURA developed with stakeholder input, including the solar industry, the utilities, and the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection and the Office of Consumer Counsel were the following: a sustained orderly development of the in-state solar industry, which includes maintaining historical levels of deployment of solar in the state, residential solar, I should say. The second objective was to create or make sure that we reach 100% zero carbon grid by 2040. The third objective is to make sure we balance all of the benefits that these systems can provide with the costs that are associated with them. The fourth objective is really about simplifying the program design and ensuring that consumers have protections so that they understand what they're getting when they do operate under this new program. And I'll get into that a little bit more in a second. And then the last objective was to increase not only inclusivity, generally speaking, but also access to low to moderate income customers to make sure the program design is really an equitable program design. Okay. So some of the key program elements for this new renewable energy program is first and foremost that systems will be able to be oversized from their current load to accommodate any additional load that might be added to your home over the coming years through electric vehicles, or if you're moving from fossil fuel based heating to electric heating of some sort. Also, harkening back to the objective of providing consumer protections, the authority also authorized some specific educational websites and consumer disclosure forms to make sure that customers have all of the information that they need when they're making a decision to participate in this new program. The program will also have specific adders for low to moderate income customers and specific benchmarks to make sure that the program actually is achieving its equity goals. Also, there are some interesting and innovative approaches to direct payment options that actually allow customers not to have to pay directly their solar company any longer for the power purchase agreement or lease agreement, but rather to allow the utilities to directly pay the solar companies for that, and so that only the savings goes to the customers. So that's a new approach that we haven't seen in other states. And then lastly, an important point of the program moving forward will be that the Green Bank will remain a vital partner for PURA and for the solar industry moving forward. So where does that leave us? The program administration that was authorized in the decision on February 10th of this year will continue to be developed throughout this year. And towards the end of this year, PURA will authorize the final rates that will be set and will be available for systems that apply to this new program in 2022. So where does that leave customers? If you're interested in applying to this new program starting in January of 2022, you should visit either your utility's website or reach out to your utility to find out more information. With that, I really appreciate your time. If you have more questions, please reach out to Taryn O'Connor, who is the Director of Legislation, Regulations, and Communications. And also please see the resources and the article from Jan Ellen Spiegel that'll be in the link of this post.